YouTubers, I hope you enjoy my show today. Today's new generator profile for today, the 16th of March 2023. Yep. So we've got 3 ash blossom and dry spring. Yep. The normal standard hand trap in this format, you need in this format. There's a lot of special summons from deck, a lot of hand traps that have come back suddenly in the format for this format, which is cool. It's very handy, this card. It's very good what it needs to do. It just negates what you need to do. Generators had some new support recently, but it's still very... It's not a fragile deck, it's still rank 9 turbo sort of deck still, but it doesn't... But you need a lot more text than you should need for this deck, which is cool, which is good. It's a very powerful card spawn, stops something from deck and sending cards. It stops everything, to be honest, which is good, which is cool. 3 Ghost Spell. Yep, this is good for getting monster reborns back, stopping monster reborn stuff from the graveyard, which is cool, quite handy. When school by the grave sort of thing, you can stop it for that and stuff, which is quite handy and quite cool, which is good, which is powerful for this deck today at least. Yeah, which is cool. It's sort of the same idea with Ashbond. Very good, very powerful cards. Yeah. Then we have got the Bastion. So we got Bestial Drag Mistworm. And this one's very good, very powerful. It just comes on the monster. It's good to have all these big monsters in this deck. Even though it feels like a brick a lot more, it actually helps the deck a lot more because it gives you interaction opponent turns, which is cool. Yes, your board might be full of tokens, but eventually they will get rid of them and you can summon these out, which is cool. And make OTK a far lot easier in this deck than it should be. Yeah, which is cool and quite handy, say at least. Yep. 1 Draconet. Yeah. Get your Dragon Search, get your powerful monsters going, get all your cards you need for this deck, which is cool and quite handy. And they're just big in general. The Bestials are just big in general and very powerful, which is good, which is cool. This one can send branding stuff, but that doesn't come up. It's just no name, which is cool, which is very handy. You could play the Bestial stuff and play like a branded engine and stuff in this. It could work. It could work a deck like this, which is cool. Yep, I don't, but you could do. Yep, then we're playing the generator boss monster. So we got Halo the generator boss. This is basically your gate and your Dark Lord. So basically, this one can negate if you want 2 generators tokens from on the field. Yep, all itself. So all itself all generators for all spellcasters. So that's good, quite handy. It can also be your Dark Lord. So basically send 1 card to the graveyard if your opponent gets a surge. So if the opponent surges, you basically go, oh, I'll fight 1 of your cards out. You hand, please. Yep, so you can do that too if you want to with the deck, which is quite handy and quite cute, I would say personally. Yeah. 1 Hyena. This is a monster reborn for your deck for reborn a generator or zombies. So if reborn any generator you need, which is cool, quite handy, yeah, which is good. 1 generator, 1 on the generator of light. This touches any plant or generator card from deck to hand, which is good, quite handy and stuff, which is good for the deck. Very powerful. You only play 1 because you only need 1. You're not going to summon it very often from your hand, but from your deck is a good option. You don't want to play too many generators because they can brick on you, so that's why you only see me playing only 10 of them, so you don't brick on them so much. Then we got some new ones. So we got the new generator and Vanna. The sister of the generator boss. So basically, this one can special 1 generator from your hand, which is cool. You can also you can only control this. That's what they do. You can send this card to the. You can special 1 generator from your hand or graveyard of it, except other ones. Yep, which is cool. When this card leaves, and you can also special this card from your hand or graveyard, which is quite handy. So this makes level 9 so much easier than it used to be. It used to be quite difficult to make level 9s and stuff in this deck, which is a shame. But now it's actually quite easy to make level 9s and stuff, which is good and very powerful. Yeah, one generator fun up. This is your move, but you have to be careful because it could give your opponent draws, which is a shame. Advantage your cards, which is quite good. So very powerful, but it's good. This card in general, yep. And then we got Generator Luther. This one's a special summons 1 from the deck and it gains 100 attack for every generator you control. Special summon a generator from your deck, which is cool, quite handy. Very powerful, play 3 of this. This is your best card. Literally gets any generator you need from the deck. Sometimes you want to summon this as your starting card. Sometimes you want to have this as on your end board, which is quite handy and quite cool. Makes it very powerful and very good for this deck. Yeah. And stuff, which is good. Next generator boss dude does the usual combo with this deck. Does the usual summon a monster on your deck and then gets tokens with 1500 or less. So, which is good and quite handy. Very powerful and very good what it needs to do, which is cool. Cool. No. Then we got generator boss quest. This searches any generator card. You put one back in your hand and you add one, so you add two, so you get a +1, which is good. A different generator spell and trap, so that's why you can see different names and stuff. So sometimes you get the field spells, sometimes you get traps, which is quite cool and quite handy, which is good. 3-part strategy. You don't need your X deck very much, so in a deck like this, you don't need your X deck very much. It's just full of like rank 9s, rank 6s and stuff, which is quite cool and quite handy, which is good, which is cool. Yeah. So you can manage 6 most times, and you will find 6 targets in this deck in a day like this, which is cool and quite handy. Oh, which is good. Depends what situation you're in. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 6. So 1 Terraform to get the field spell, which is cool and quite handy. 1 half spell just to go second to wipe back row and stuff, because there's a lot more trap heavy decks in this format. Yeah. 3 Kai, 5 Kai curse. This basically is your level 9 draw card. You just got send 1 level 9, draw 2 cards, which is quite handy. I know this can condescend sometimes, but sometimes this is quite handy too, which is good, which is cool. 1 generator boss room. This basically turns out anything against the generators. You can discard 1 card instead and trigger their effects and draw 1 card, which is quite good and quite cool, which means you can keep getting your summons and stuff, which is quite good and very powerful. Yeah. Very good. And then we got 3 generator boss stage. Basically, if they try to destroy a field spell, you put another field spell instead, which is good and quite handy. Yep, so you don't always run out of field spell, which is good and quite cool. Yep. 1 Zeus, just to go second to wipe the board and stuff. You want summon Zeus very around, but when you do, it's very handy. Yep. 1 Mechadatron on the corner. This basically adds more material from your graveyard to this, so you can add more material to this, which is quite cool and quite handy. And stuff, which is good. 1 Photon Fortress platform. This gets rid of opponents' cards in their hands and stuff, which is quite cool. You won't make this very often, but if you do, it's very good. What it needs to do, yeah. 1 Vampire. This is basically you can get your opponent's stuff and stuff, which is quite cool and quite handy. Yeah, which is good. Yeah. 1 number 92 Heart of Earth Dragon. This card's very powerful. It basically can't be destroyed by any card effects, and any damage you try and do it goes opposite to them, which is cool and stuff, which is quite good. You gain 1,000 attack for every card in your it's been vanished, so that can come up. It's very powerful. Then we're playing 2 Janux generator boss of affinity. This card can be good. It just takes opponent's card, they draw 1 basically, and then the opponents will give the material, which is quite handy and quite cool. It's quite an interesting sort of effect. It doesn't come up very often, but if you do, it is alright. This is the new generator, the generator boss of shadows. Basically, any card on the field of this card gains opponent's 1,000 attack, right? You can tribute 1 card on the field. If it's a non-fairy Executorial, you can play it as a Tero instead. So, when Mystic Mind was around, basically, you could take Mystic Mind and use it as Tero, which is quite handy, quite funny. So if they play that, and they go, haha, here's another Tero, I'll just take that as a Tero, which is quite cool and quite unique. It's quite cool, and if you beat it if you get beaten by Bow, you summon another generator from your X deck, which is quite handy. Yep. And then we got number 87, 84. Yep. Because there's a lot of rank 9s in this deck, you can just use this on top of it, which is quite good and quite cool. If you've got behind in life, you can use this to do loads of damage, which is good. Number 77, same idea. Yep. Rank up and stuff. Yep. It's 4,000. It's loads of damage. Yep. You can use a Tero effect, that won't come up very often, so you would use this just as a rank up material to go into Siege, which is called 1 Dark Charm for the OTK potential, which is very easy and very powerful. Yep. 1 1 Battle Soldier. Yep, because you're all level 9, it's very easy and very powerful one.